The new Toyota Tacoma's hybrid powertrain produces 465 pound-feet of torque from a 2.4-liter four-cylinder. That's 75% more torque than the V6 it replaced, pushing this truck into diesel territory. But here's what's really interesting. The engine isn't even the biggest change Toyota made. What they did to the platform underneath could reshape how mid-sized trucks are built for the next decade. This is the fourth generation Tacoma. After nearly 30 years and three previous generations, Toyota essentially started from scratch. Let's break down exactly what changed, what the numbers actually mean, and where this truck genuinely falls short. Because it does have real weaknesses. The most significant upgrade isn't visible. Toyota moved the Tacoma to its TNGAF platform, the same architecture underneath the full-size Tundra and the new Land Cruiser. This matters because the platform determines everything: frame rigidity, weight distribution, suspension geometry, and crash performance. The new frame is substantially stiffer, which means less flex under heavy loads and more precise steering feel. The wheelbase is longer, the track is wider, and ground clearance reaches 9.4 inches on off-road trims. The TRD Pro specifically achieves a 36-degree approach angle and 24.3-degree departure angle. These aren't marketing numbers. They directly determine whether the truck clears an obstacle or gets stuck on it. Toyota eliminated the old 3.5-liter V6 entirely. Every new Tacoma now runs a 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder in one of three tunes. The base I-Force produces 228 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque. The higher output version reaches 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet. And then there's the I-Force Max, a hybrid pairing the turbo engine with a 48 horsepower electric motor for a combined 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That hybrid torque figure deserves attention. The outgoing V6 made 265 pound-feet. The new hybrid nearly doubles it. More importantly, that torque arrives low in the rev range, exactly where you need it when towing a trailer uphill or crawling over rocks at walking speed. The electric motor fills the gaps where turbo lag would normally leave you waiting. All engines pair with an 8-speed automatic transmission. But Toyota also offers a 6-speed manual on select I-Force trims, one of the last manual transmissions available in any pickup truck sold today. Maximum towing capacity reaches 6,500 pounds, and payload tops out around 1,700 pounds, depending on configuration. The new Tacoma is noticeably wider and more squared off, but every design change serves a function. The wider stance lowers the center of gravity for stability under load. The reinforced front end absorbs impacts on rough terrain without structural damage to the frame behind it. Toyota also introduced something genuinely new: the Trail Hunter trim. This is a factory-built overlanding package equipped with ARB-designed steel bumpers, Old Man Emu suspension, and a snorkel-ready air intake, straight from the dealer. This eliminates thousands of dollars in aftermarket modifications that off-road buyers typically install themselves. The TRD Pro remains the dedicated high-performance off-road option with Fox internal bypass shocks, while the TRD Off-Road offers crawl control, a locking rear differential, and multi-terrain select for individually managing traction across mud, sand, rock, and dirt. The biggest interior change is the 14-inch touchscreen, a major leap from the previous generation's 8-inch display. It runs wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the interface is noticeably cleaner than Toyota's past efforts. But here's what actually matters for a work truck. Toyota kept physical knobs for climate and volume. The buttons are sized and spaced for gloved hands. The multi-terrain monitor uses cameras to show the ground directly beneath the vehicle, letting drivers see exactly what their tires are about to contact during off-road crawling. This solves a real visibility problem every serious off-roader deals with. The materials prioritize durability over luxury. Seats handle years of daily abuse. Surfaces clean easily after mud and dust exposure. This interior was designed for someone spending 8 to 10 hours a day in the cab, not someone taking a weekend cruise. The Ranger is the Tacoma's most direct competitor, and it beats the Tacoma in one important metric: towing capacity. The Ranger's 2.3-liter EcoBoost produces 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, towing up to 7,500 pounds, a full thousand more than the Tacoma's maximum. The Tacoma counters with the hybrid option that Ford simply doesn't offer. That 465 pound-feet from the iForce Max exceeds the Ranger's output significantly in low-end pulling power, which matters more during real-world towing and hill climbing than the rated maximum number alone. Resale value is where the Tacoma dominates the segment outright. Tacomas consistently retain 75 to 80% of their value after 5 years, the highest among midsize trucks. Rangers depreciate noticeably faster, especially after warranty expiration. For buyers who calculate total cost of ownership, this gap alone can swing the decision. Long-term reliability data also favors the Tacoma. Finding Tacomas still running daily beyond 300,000 miles with original drivetrain components is common across the United States. The Ranger is a competent truck, but it hasn't built the same multi-decade durability track record. An important clarification first: the BYD Shark is a plug-in hybrid, not a pure electric vehicle. It pairs a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with an electric motor for approximately 430 combined horsepower and around 100 kilometers of electric-only range. On paper, those numbers impress. In practice, the Shark faces 3 challenges the Tacoma doesn't. First, long-term durability under continuous heavy work, dust, extreme heat, mud, and constant payload stress remains completely unproven. Second, its complex plug-in hybrid system creates potential service challenges in regions without specialized EV infrastructure, which is precisely where most pickup trucks operate. Third, the Shark currently isn't available in the U.S. market, limiting any direct competition. The BYD Shark represents a legitimate direction for future pickup trucks. But for buyers who need a proven workhorse today, the Tacoma's 3-decade reliability record carries more weight than impressive specifications on a sheet. Ignoring weaknesses would be dishonest, and the new Tacoma has several worth noting. Ride quality on pavement is firm, sometimes uncomfortably so, particularly on work-oriented trims with leaf spring rear suspension. Daily highway commuters will notice the difference compared to a Ranger or Chevy Colorado. Pricing has climbed significantly. The lineup now spans roughly $31,500 to over $61,000 for a loaded TRD Pro or Trailhunter. That's a substantial jump from the previous generation and prices out buyers who previously considered the Tacoma a value-oriented choice. The base engine's 228 horsepower feels adequate but uninspiring, given the truck's increased weight on the new platform. Accessing the headline torque numbers requires stepping up to the hybrid, which commands a considerable price premium. And while fuel economy improved, the Tacoma still isn't class-leading. Buyers who prioritize efficiency above everything else will find better numbers from competitors. Despite those shortcomings, the Tacoma's core proposition remains stronger than anything else in the segment. This is a truck engineered to still run reliably a decade from now. Toyota didn't chase trends with this redesign. They modernized a proven formula, dramatically improved the powertrain, and kept the truck focused squarely on work. In a market crowded with pickups trying to become luxury vehicles, the Tacoma reminds buyers what a pickup truck was originally built to do. And based on its track record, it'll still be doing exactly that, long after the hype around its competitors fades. If you want more honest, data-driven breakdowns like this, no hype, no filler, just engineering facts, subscribe and hit the bell. We do this every week.